guys, let's talk transfer. Renato Vega to Juventus. What do I think about it? Well, I personally think it's a good move because he's going to be playing consistently week in, week out. Potentially, obviously, you never know. Which will give him experience and game time. But at the same time, it's a total different system to what we play at Chelsea. So, would it be beneficial? Maybe, maybe not. Because tactically, it's very, very different. But I understand it, because if I was in his shoes, I probably would go to... I'm not going to lie, I would, because first and foremost, I get game time, gain more experience, get exposure. So if anything was to happen, let's say Juventus wanted to buy him in the summer or another team wanted to buy him, they can do so based on his performances. The more he plays, the better he performs, the more money Chelsea will ultimately get. So it makes sense. And another one is Ben Chilwell, which still hasn't found the club. It makes sense because he hasn't really played, has he? Plus he's been injured most of the time at Chelsea. So what team will really take a gamble on him at the moment? I mean, like a top team. That's not to say that he's not a top player. He's a very good player, but again, I don't know. I feel sorry for him in a way, but it is what it is. And Christopher and Nkunku, one of the big ones too. To be honest, with me on that one is, I personally don't think he's right for Chelsea. No, I'm not. That's the wrong word. Because the way he plays, when he plays as number 9, he always comes up deep, and he goes like an attacking midfielder role. But Cole plays there, Cole Palmer, or should I say Cole Palmer, and also João Felix plays there. So it's understandable as to why he doesn't really play many games, because I think his best position might be off the striker, not as a number 9, but like a number 10, or just coming off the left. So I don't know. I personally think he's probably best for his career to go elsewhere, because he is a France international, so he has to think about that, I guess. So I think the talks is Bayern. Bayern would be a good signing for him, to be fair. Yeah, Bayern would be a very good at. Man United, nah. I think you're going downhill. You're going downhill, but yeah, I think Bayern, and we get Matis Tel. Because obviously the situation with Mudryk, we just don't know what's going to happen, so it's probably best to do that anyway. So one of the recalls, Trev Chalobah, I'm excited for that one, because I kind of felt sorry for him when he left Chelsea to go to Crystal Palace. Obviously it was good for him to get game time experience. He's still a young, very, very young defender. So for him to come back, I was happy with that one. I was happy. It feels like a new signing in a way, and it's like, welcome back home, mate. But I don't know, because I want Wes back. That's one of the defender I want back. Wes and Colwill, they're very strong pairs in that central defence role. And the striking position, I feel like there's only Jackson, to be fair. There's no one else. I know you can say and throw the name Mark Guiu, but I don't think he's got the experience to play 45 or even 90 minutes. I think he's that type of player that just needs to get like momentum, like 10 minutes here, 15, and then just up it, rather than giving him a 90 or 45 minutes. I just don't see it. I don't see it. So there's a lot of pressure on Jackson, obviously, because he's the main striker. Like I said before, I don't think Christopher Nkunku's a number 9, in my honest opinion, because if you see the way he plays, he's a very good player, but as a number 9, like a pure number 9, I just, he's not. He's more like a 10, and the only 2 strikers we do have there is Mark Guiu and Nico Jackson. I do think if Nico Jackson took penalties or free kicks, his numbers would be would be in the 20s, honestly, because he's scored a few goals already, but could we see him get momentum and then just like get there? Because the link-up play is very good. The way he links up with the wingers and the and Cole Palmer is extremely good, and the team looks good. But my only doubt is when it comes to defense, when it's a counter attack, and we're kind of left exposed. It doesn't help when Sanchez makes like big mistakes, but it is what it is, because obviously it's viewed differently. Whereas if a striker made a mistake or lost the ball or did something, you've got the midfield to back him, and then the same for the midfield, you've got the defenders to back them, and then the keeper, you're on your own, mate. Sorry, if you made a mistake, then no one can really help you. I'm sorry, but you did that on you. So it's one of those things that you just have to live with. The keepers have more pressure in those type of situations. There's more heat on them because they're the last line of defense. So if no one stopped it further up, comes down to the keeper. I'm sorry, everyone's gonna blame the keeper. Although it's unfair, it is what it is.